Hi class, I'm Shruti, and the topic I chose in regards to the cultural immersion project is Chinese culture. As a child, I always wondered what drives the Chinese being so disciplined and follow the traditions in such a good manner that they can set an example for others. And so I chose this topic to take it forward. So, looking back at the history of China, China has around 5,000-year-old history. The ancient China was ruled by different dynasties, which means that one family rules a country or region over a long period of time. Mandate of heaven is what Chinese people believed gave their rulers the right to be the king or emperor. The major dynasties in the history of ancient China are Xia, which was the first Chinese dynasty, and a very little is known about it. The Shang dynasty, which ruled much of the area along the Yellow River. The Zhao dynasty, which is the longest ruling dynasties in the history of China. The Qin dynasty, which marked the beginning of the Chinese emperor. And they built the Great Wall of China along the northern territory to stop from invasion by the Mongols. The Han dynasty established the civil service to create a strong and organized government. During this time, paper and porcelain were invented. The Tang dynasty, which is considered the golden age of ancient China, where peace and prosperity flourished. Next is the Song dynasty, in which China became the world leader in science and technology. Lastly, the Ming dynasty. They finished the Great Wall of China. It was the last dynasty to have ruled China. So by the end of 5th century, prominent states were in place and the states battled each other, leading to the Warring States period. Chinese culture, being the world's oldest culture, originated thousands of years ago. Culture is predominant in the East Asian part of China. They also vary between provinces, cities, and also the towns. The culture is mainly exhibited through traditions and festivals celebrated across the world, and they can include art, literature, clothing, numbers, Chinese calendar, and religion. While researching about the Chinese culture, I encountered a few famous things. The first one is the Great Wall of China, which is built along the northern territory of China. In the heart of Hangzhou city is the West Lake, which is surrounded by gardens, pagodas, temples, and artificial islands, and is considered the most scenic and popular spots in China. The Spring Lantern Festival, which is celebrated on the 15th day of the first month in the lunisolar Chinese calendar. The Terracotta Army is a burial tomb consisting of 8,000 life size statues buried along with the emperor. And lastly, the panda bears, which lives in temperate zone bamboo forests in central China. The book I read was Wuhu Diary, which is a biography and talks about the author's trip to China, along with her then 5.5-year-old daughter, who is the Chinese. They are in search of Lulu's family history, where she came from, who possibly her parents are, etc. In the story, when Lulu was told she was adopted, she questions her mom. The information in this book is put in days order, which makes it more interesting. I noticed one thing that was that the mother loved her child so much that she wanted to return to the country where her adopted daughter Lulu was born, so that Lulu could better understand her origins. For me, as a mother, it sounded like a sincere effort to take the adopted child to her home country where she really belonged and to give her that essence of roots and the culture behind, to give Lulu an identity of her own. The film that I watched was Mysteries of China, which explains about the archaeological events of the modern age and depicts the story of modern China. The documentary mostly revolves around the discovery of terracotta warriors and the tomb of the first emperor. The event that I attended was a concert held by the American Chinese kids aged 7 to 18 years, which orchestrated the Chinese musical instruments of the ancient times. Through this event, I could educate myself about the various musical instruments used in the olden days. And the beauty about this music was that it was soothing, refreshing, still with a modern twist, and something new for me to learn. I enjoyed every moment of this concert, so I want you to have a bite of what I really enjoyed. I have interviewed Margie Wu, who belongs to the same ethnic community. Her origin is Chinese, and they migrated from China to USA in search of better jobs and education. She is a retired teacher in San Jose. Her family constitutes of 3 adults and 2 grandchildren, and she sees her role as a mother and a grandmother. She finds her interest in Chinese wall art, Chinese calligraphy, and painting. Her favorite food to relish are the hot foods, hot drinks, fish, and rice cakes. Chinese population are incredibly hardworking, hospitable, and emphasize on family and ancestral traditions. Their values can be seen in everyday scenario of how they take care of themselves and how they really take care of others. Chinese parents play a very important role in their Chinese children's upbringing. Chinese moms are often called tiger moms because of the parenting styles involved. And these things can greatly influence a child in his or her life. But I am glad that slightly away from the traditional approach, people are now making a shift from authoritarian to authoritative parenting with respect to parenting and child rearing. Thank you for watching my video and giving me this opportunity to present my project on Chinese culture. All the best to everybody. Thank you.